right. I was born in West Seattle at Maynard Hospital. It's not there anymore. Uh, Parents were Irish, German, Swede, in that order. Uh, Family is my culture, and it's mostly Irish Catholic since we're half Irish, or I am. I would always be the one to listen to the stories of the old days from the great grandparents, grandparents, mom, dad, all these stories about the family. Everything was always family first. Uh, my great grandmother, Annie O'Sullivan, that was her maiden name. Big Gra, everybody called her because she was quite a formidable woman, standing at a little over 6 feet and very large. I was fascinated by her Irish brogue. Uh, my grandpa, Pa Nokes, he would slip into the brogue, but that's after a couple of belts. She would tell me what it was like for her coming over on the boat after my grandfather was born with my great grandpa Edward from the port city of Shneem. It's in County Kerry, Ireland. National Route 9 N70 runs through the town just like I-90 runs through Spokane. It's about an hour southwest of Killarney, if that helps you with your bearings. I learned a lot about Great Grandpa. He started the Nokes fuel business in West Seattle, was the oldest of 10 kids. He was in Ripley's Believe It or Not as the first man to pitch a triple header and win all three. Played semi-pro ball after that in the junior leagues and a few games up with the Seattle Rainiers. My Uncle Joe played for the Seattle Rainiers for quite a while in the Pacific Coast League. And Pa Nokes, Tom Nokes, my grandfather, played a few games with them, but I always said he's never quite as good as Joey. Veteran sports columnist and Seattle historian Emmett Watson lived across the street until when his mother passed, my Uncle Joe brought him home, and he wound up growing up as a part of the Nokes clan from that. And, Big Gra, family first, got to take care. He wound up writing about the Nokes baseball legacy on several occasions, including the Seattle Times 2-page spread about Edwards' career. My grandfather Tom played pro ball in the Pioneer Leagues in Idaho for a couple of years, and then came World War II. Him and all the boys signed up. Great Grandpa Nokes ran the Nokes Fuel Company, which sold wood, coal, and eventually oil, repaired furnaces, and according to my great aunt, Dr. Jean Nokes, that's not all they sold. Apparently, he sold bootleg liquor too out of there. So when my grandpa Tom, who was about 10 years old at the time, called the fire department after some sawdust caught fire, he caught a whooping. Don't ever call for help before you get me. His shop was located just north of the Luna Park Cafe, if you know the area, right where the bridge entrance is now. There was a time when the Nokeses took up almost half a page in the phone book, and all of them in West Seattle. That's back when numbers were like BA4323 for, a Bainbridge Island number. Big Grandma Nokes ruled with an iron fist. Family above all else. That was just bred into us. Family reunions were kind of a joke since all of them lived in West Seattle, and there seemed to be about 3 or 4 a year. Basically, it was an excuse to play a little baseball with each other and drink a lot of beer. I always played baseball. I'm an Oaks. It's expected. Little known fact, my grandfather would give me a Dixie cup full of bourbon whenever I was the starting pitcher when I was playing Babe Ruth. We had a state traveling team in the summer. We didn't have the hundreds of select teams like they do now. There's just like 16 or 18 of us, and we'd have to all travel to each other. Wound up playing in the fall leagues quite a bit with a mix of college players and some single-A pro ball players. Then, after 1 year of semi-pro, a torn thigh muscle, and that was it for me. I got a call from Uncle George. Him and Joey and Jim were all playing on the Pay and Pack team, and I thought they wanted me to come up and play, but it turns out they just needed a statistician and thought I'd want to keep, involved in baseball. That's pretty much it.